Have you heard of 3-in-1 and 2-in-1 parenteral nutrition but don't know what they are? In this video, I'm going to explain the difference between them, and by the end you'll be able to see some of the advantages and disadvantages of each one. Parenteral nutrition can be provided as a total nutrient admixture, also known as 3-in-1 admixture, or as a dextrose-amino acid formulation, also known as a 2-in-1 formulation. A 3-in-1 contains all of the essential nutrients in one bag: dextrose, amino acids, lipids, vitamins, minerals, and water if needed. A 2-in-1 contains all of the essential nutrients except for lipids. When a 2-in-1 formulation is provided, an intravenous fat emulsion can be infused separately as a secondary infusion. This is commonly referred to as a piggyback infusion. Both types of parenteral nutrition can be infused through a peripheral or central venous catheter. Both types can also be used to safely provide 100% of a patient's estimated nutritional needs. So, other than nutritional composition, what are the major differences? One difference is the hang time, or the number of hours a bag can hang at room temperature until it's considered unsafe. Out of all the components of parenteral nutrition, the intravenous fat emulsion is most susceptible to bacterial growth. When lipids are given as a piggyback, the hang time is only 12 hours, but when they are part of a 3-in-1 bag, it can hang for up to 24 hours. Hang time is extended with the 3-in-1 bag because mixing the lipid emulsion with the other components decreases the pH, making the environment less friendly to bacterial growth. Therefore, the 3-in-1 bag appears to have an advantage when it comes to risk of infection, although this can only be considered a theoretical advantage because research to date has not identified any significant difference in infectious complications. While mixing the lipids with the dextrose and amino acids extends the hang time, it does lower the stability of the admixture and the compatibility of materials that go in it. The first concern with the 3-in-1 bag is that lowering the pH of the lipid emulsion increases the risk of it separating into its individual oil and water components. An intravenous fat emulsion is a combination of oil and water that's made possible by the addition of phospholipids. Typically, these emulsions are most stable at a pH of 8. When the pH of the lipid emulsion is decreased as part of the 3-in-1 admixture, the ability to remain in emulsion decreases too. This can result in the separation of the oil and the formation of larger lipid droplets in what is called cracking. This process is irreversible, and the mixture is considered unsafe to use because the larger lipid droplet size can lead to blockages in the parenteral nutrition system, or more dangerously, in the bloodstream. The second concern with the 3-in-1 bag is that adding lipids to the admixture increases the risk of calcium phosphate precipitation. Calcium and phosphate are two essential nutrients in parenteral nutrition that are most soluble in an acidic environment. Even though adding lipids to the bag will lower the pH of the lipid emulsion, it will actually increase the pH of the admixture. This increase can result in a loss of solubility for these components, leading them to coming together in the solid form of calcium phosphate. These solids are dangerous for the same reasons as cracking, and were even attributed to the death of 2 adult females in the 1990s. A final concern with making a 3-in-1 admixture is that it affects the compatibility of certain medications. Putting medications inside the parenteral nutrition is not recommended, but it's sometimes done out of necessity. Some medications are only possible to administer in a 2-in-1, while other medications only work with a 3-in-1. So doctors should always check the product details before they order it. Thankfully, advancements in technology have significantly reduced the risk of these issues. Parenteral Nutrition ordering software and Parenteral Nutrition compounding devices can track pH and solubility as each ingredient is added, and they generate alerts when the formulation may be unsafe to provide. There's also policies in place requiring the use of filters that the parenteral nutrition must pass through before it enters the bloodstream. These filters prevent the infusion of large lipid droplets and precipitates, as well as many bacteria. Other notable differences between the 3-in-1 and 2-in-1 formulations are the convenience and the cost. The 3-in-1 is considered to be more convenient and more cost-effective because it requires less manipulation by nursing, giving them more time to dedicate to other aspects of patient care. Providing lipids with the 2-in-1 also requires an additional bag, double the amount of IV tubing, and a second infusion pump to administer it. In the making of this video, I was unable to locate any recent cost analyses on this topic. The longer hang time, lower cost, decreased need for labor and manipulation to administer, and advancements in technology limiting concerns with solubility and compatibility appear to make the 3-in-1 the superior option. Yet I wouldn't go as far to say one is necessarily better or worse than the other. They're just different. As a clinician, whether you use a 3-in-1 or 2-in-1 system will ultimately be determined by what is available at your medical institution. You may also be presented with clinical situations that warrant the withholding of lipids, in which case you would proceed with a 2-in-1 bag and no piggyback. Examples include patients who are already receiving a high amount of energy-providing medications like propofol or clofidipine, or when serum triglycerides are greater than 400 milligrams per deciliter. In summary, a 3-in-1 admixture, or total nutrient admixture, contains all of the nutrients in a single bag. A 2-in-1 formulation, or a dextrose-amino acid formulation, contains all of the nutrients except for lipids. With the 2-in-1 bag, the lipids can be provided as a secondary or piggyback infusion. Lipids in a 3-in-1 bag have a hang time of 24 hours, but when they are infused as a piggyback, it's only 12 hours. The 3-in-1 bags happen to be more convenient for nursing and more cost-effective, while the 2-in-1 bag has greater stability and compatibility with a lower risk for the lipid emulsion cracking and a lower risk of calcium phosphate precipitation. Fortunately, advancements in technology for ordering and compounding parenteral nutrition have made this less relevant in practice. Both types appear to be equally safe and effective. Thank you for watching. You can learn more about parenteral nutrition by clicking on the next video.